listen, oh, my people, gather round. Come close. What I'm about to tell you is not fiction. It's not a movie. It's a testimony, a warning testimony. You know how they say, be careful what you pray for? This woman didn't just pray carelessly. She prayed specifically. And God, being the God that He is, answered her prayer word for word. The problem, she didn't pray what her pastor told her to pray. She edited the prayer. She customized it. She added her own specifications like she was ordering food on a delivery app. And my brothers and sisters, what her prayers delivered to her doorstep nearly finished her life. This is the story of Sister Chioma, a successful woman, a beautiful woman, a prayerful woman, and a woman who learned the hardest lesson of her life. When God says pray for His will, don't replace it with your want. If you're watching this and you are single, pay attention. If you are married, thank God. And if you are about to pray for a spouse, learn from this woman's mistake. Sister Chioma was 35 years old. 35! In Nigerian terms, the aunties at church had already labeled her that girl that is still searching, that one that is too choosy, career woman that forgot to find husband. But let me tell you the truth, Chioma was not the problem. She was beautiful, fair skin, natural hair always on point, dresses sharp like a corporate queen. She had a good job, senior marketing manager at a multinational company. She owned her own apartment in Lekki. She drove a Honda Accord. She was born again, spirit-filled, and she paid her tithes like clockwork. So what was the problem? The men.
Every man that came her way had one excuse or another. One man said she was too independent. Another one said she intimidated him. One guy even told her, Chioma, you are too complete. What will I now add to your life? Can you imagine? A man rejecting a woman because she's too successful. Another one wanted her to quit her job and submit to him at home. My brother was earning 150,000 naira and telling a woman earning 800,000 naira to resign. The audacity! So year after year, Chioma remained single. She watched her younger sisters marry. She watched her juniors in church walk down the aisle. She was a bridesmaid 17 times. 17! Her bedroom had more wedding souvenirs than a gift shop. And every time she went home for Christmas, her mother would look at her with those pitiful eyes and say, Chioma, my daughter, what are we still waiting for?
Then one Sunday, her pastor preached a message titled The Power of Focused Prayer. He said, some of you have been praying scattered prayers. Pray with focus. Pray with direction. And if you need a spouse, I'm giving you an assignment. Go on a 3-day dry fast from Sunday nights to Wednesday morning. No food, no water. And pray specifically for the will of God. Not your own will, not your type, not your spec. The will of God. Pray for a God-fearing man who will love you, cherish you, and lead you in the ways of the Lord. The whole church shouted, Amen! Women were already calculating when to start. Chioma wrote it down in her notepad. 3-day dry fast, will of God, God-fearing man. She was ready. That night, she started. Sunday night, 11:45 p.m., she locked her door, knelt down and began to pray. Father, Lord, I thank you for this opportunity. I am going on this fast as my pastor has instructed.
But then, my people, as she was praying, her mind started wandering. She started thinking about her life, her job, her achievements, her apartment, her car, and she thought to herself, wait, I don't actually need a man to provide for me. I'm already providing for myself. What I need is a man who can do, a man who is romantic, a man who will love me, a man who will touch me, a man who will make me feel like a woman. I don't need another boss. I don't need another CEO. I need a lover. And just like that, she changed the prayer. Father, I am not praying for a rich man. I'm not
praying for a provider. I already have provision. What I need, Lord, is a man who can do, a man who can perform, a man who will worship me in the bedroom, a man who will never get tired of touching me, a man whose only job is to love me romantically, passionately, and completely. That's what I want, Father. A man who can do. She prayed this prayer for 3 days, morning, afternoon, night. Lord, send me a man who can do. She fasted, she cried, she prostrated. And on Wednesday morning when she broke her fast, she felt a shift in the spirit. She knew something had changed. She told her friends, ladies, my husband is on the way. I can feel it. 2 weeks later, she met him. His name was Ibuka. Tall, dark, handsome, with a quiet, gentle spirit. They met at a friend's birthday party. He was a freelance graphic designer. Not rich, but not poor. He had his own small apartment in Surulere. He drove an old Camry. But the moment Chioma saw him, something sparked. And when he walked up to her and said, "Excuse me, you are very beautiful. Can I know you?" She knew this was him. They started talking. Ibuka was sweet. He was caring. He called her every morning. He sent her messages throughout the day. He bought her flowers. He wrote her poems. He was everything she prayed for, romantic. He didn't talk about money. He didn't brag about connections. He just wanted to be around her. He would say, "Chioma, I just want to make you happy. That's all I want in life." Her friends warned her, "Chioma, this man doesn't seem ambitious. What does he do safe? Graphic design. Is that a real job?" But Chioma didn't listen. She said, "I don't need his money. I need his love. And this man loves me." Her pastor called her for counseling. "Sister Chioma, I've been observing this your man. He seems too laxed. Does he have vision? Does he have goals?" Chioma smiled and said, "Pastor, with all due respect, I prayed for a God-fearing man who will love me, and that's exactly what God gave me." 6 months later, they got married. The wedding was beautiful. Chioma paid for most of it, but she didn't care. Ibuka looked at her on the altar like she was an angel. He cried during his vows. "Chioma, I promise to love you every single day of my life. I will never leave you. I will never neglect you. My body, my time, my energy, everything is yours." People were touched. The women were crying. Even the pastor was moved. But my people, what nobody knew was that Ibuka meant those vows literally. Every single word. The honeymoon started well. They went to a resort in Calabar. 5 days all inclusive. Chioma was excited. Finally, after 35 years, she was going to experience the sweetness of marriage. And oh, it was sweet. That first night, Ibuka was a minister. He worshipped her like she was a golden sculpture. He was gentle, passionate, and tireless. Chioma was in heaven. She thought, "God, you have answered my prayers." The second day, same thing. Morning, afternoon, evening. The man was dedicated. Chioma started feeling a bit tired, but she was still enjoying it. She thought, well, it's our honeymoon. This is normal. The third day, she woke up sore. Her body was aching. But Ibuka was already awake, staring at her with those loving eyes. "Good morning, my queen. How did you sleep?" Before she could answer, he was already moving closer. "Baby, wait. Let me brush my teeth first." "No need, my love. You're perfect, just the way you are." By the 4th day, Chioma couldn't walk straight. She told Ibuka, "Sweetheart, can we rest today? Maybe we can go to the beach, go sightseeing, do tourist things." Ibuka smiled. "Why do we need to go outside when I have everything I need right here?" And he reached for her again. Chioma's eyes widened. "Ibuka, I'm tired though." He whispered, "Don't worry, my love. Just relax. I'll do all the work.
On the 5th day, Chioma was practically limping. Her friends were calling her, "Chioma, how's the honeymoon? Are you enjoying?" She wanted to scream. Enjoyment has turned to labor. But she just smiled and said, It's wonderful." When they returned to Lagos, Chioma thought things would calm down. After all, Ibuka would have to go to work. She would have to go to her office. They'd have separate schedules. Normal married life. Wrong. Ibuka's freelance design work was mostly online. He worked from home. And his work, he could finish it in 2 hours. The rest of the day, he was waiting for Chioma to come back. Every evening, Chioma would drag herself home after a long day at the office. Meetings, presentations, reports, traffic. She'd open the door tired, hungry, ready to collapse. And there Ibuka would be, standing by the door with a smile, candles lit, music playing. "Welcome home, my queen." Chioma's heart would sink. "Ibuka, baby, I'm tired. Let me rest more."
Don't worry, my love. You don't have to do anything. Just lie down. No, Ibuka. I mean, I need to rest. That's what I'm saying. Lie down. Relax. I'll take care of you. And my people, this man was relentless. Morning before work, he wanted to send her off well. Afternoon, he'd call her. "Baby, can you come home for lunch?" She'd make excuses. "Sweetheart, I have a meeting." Evening, the moment she walked in, it was on. Nighttime, forget it. Even if Chioma pretended to sleep, this man would wake her up gently. "My love, are you sleeping?" She'd mumble, "Yes, Ibuka, I'm sleeping." He'd whisper, "Okay, just a quickie then." Quickie? This man's quickie was 1 hour minimum.
Chioma started losing weight. Her friends noticed. "Chioma, marriage is looking good on you. You're glowing." Glowing? She was dying. She was exhausted. Her performance at work started dropping. She would be in meetings, nodding off. Her boss called her. "Chioma, is everything okay? You used to be sharp. Now you're always tired." She couldn't tell him, "Sir, my husband won't let me sleep." She tried talking to Ibuka. "Baby, we need to pace ourselves. Marriage is a marathon, not a sprint." Ibuka held her hand lovingly. "My queen, I just love you so much. I can't help myself. When I see you, I just want you." She tried scheduling. "Okay, how about we do it 3 times a week? Monday, Wednesday, Friday." Ibuka looked at her like she'd spoken in tongues. 3 times a week? But that's so little. How will I survive? She tried to tire him out. She would initiate in the morning, thinking if I give him strong one now, he'll be tired for the rest of the day. Wrong! This man would finish, smile, and say, "That was wonderful, my love. Let's do it again tonight." She tried working late. She would stay in the office until 10 p.m., hoping he'll be asleep when she go home. But no, Ibuka would be awake, waiting with that smile. 1 year passed, then 2 years, then 3. Chioma was surviving, not living. She started avoiding going home. She'd volunteer for work trips. "Sir, I can go to Abuja for that conference." She'd visit her mother for long weekends. She even started going to vigils every Friday just to have a night of rest. Her friends would ask, "Chioma, why are you always at church? Are you okay?" She'd force a smile. Just building my spiritual life." By the 4th year, Chioma's body was breaking down. She went to see a doctor. "Doctor, I'm always tired. I can't concentrate. My body is aching everywhere." The doctor ran tests. "Madam, you're healthy, but you're severely exhausted. Are you overworking?" She wanted to tell him the truth, but how? "Doctor, my husband won't let me rest." She couldn't say it. She went for marriage counseling. She and Ibuka sat in front of a counselor. The woman smiled at them. "So, what brings you here?" Chioma burst into tears. "Sister, I can't continue like this. My husband is too active." The counselor blinked. "Active?"
Ibuka smiled proudly. I just love my wife. Is that a crime? The counselor turned to Chioma. Sister, many women are praying for husbands who will pay attention to them. You are lucky.
Lucky. Lucky? Year 5, Chioma tried separation. Ibuka, I think I need to stay at my mother's house for a few weeks. Ibuka's face fell. But why, my love? Did I do something wrong? She couldn't tell him. He looked so innocent, so loving. She stayed. Year 6, she tried introducing him to hobbies. Babe, why don't you join a gym or learn a new skill or visit your friends? Ibuka would shrug. Why? I have everything I need at home. I have you. Year 7, Chioma was at her breaking point. She knelt down in her living room one afternoon and cried out to God, Father, what did I do wrong? I prayed for a loving husband and you gave me one, but I'm dying. Please have mercy on me. She wept bitterly. That night, Chioma told Ibuka, we need to see a specialist. Something is not normal. Ibuka was confused. A specialist for what? Chioma said firmly, baby, I love you, but what you're doing is not normal. No human being should have this much energy. We need to check. Ibuka was reluctant, but he agreed. They went to see a urologist, a specialist. The doctor ran tests, blood work, hormonal panels, scans, everything.
2 weeks later, they went back for the results. The doctor looked at Ibuka seriously. Mr. Ibuka, I have the results. You have a medical condition called persistent genital arousal disorder, combined with hyperactive libido syndrome. Chioma's mouth fell open. The doctor continued. It's a rare condition where the body produces excessive levels of testosterone and dopamine. Your brain constantly sends signals for arousal. It's not your fault. It's biological. Ibuka was stunned. So I'm sick. The doctor nodded. Yes, but it's manageable. With medication, therapy, and lifestyle changes, we can regulate your hormones and reduce the frequency of your urges. Chioma wanted to shout hallelujah, but she controlled herself. She held Ibuka's hand. Baby, it's okay. We'll get through this together. They started treatments. Ibuka began taking medication. He started seeing a therapist. He joined a support group for men with similar conditions. Slowly, gradually, things changed. The constant urges reduced. He started focusing on other things. He took his graphics design seriously. He even got a part-time job at a design agency. For the first time in 8 years, Chioma could breathe.
But the most important change was in Chioma herself. One evening, as they sat together on the couch, watching TV, Chioma turned to Ibuka. I need to tell you something. He looked at her. What is it, my love? She took a deep breath. When I prayed for you, I didn't pray the right prayer. My pastor told me to pray for God's will, but I prayed for my own will. I prayed specifically for a man who would do. A man who would be romantic and focused only on me. And God gave me exactly what I asked for. Ibuka was quiet for a moment. Then he said, So, it was your prayer that brought me into your life? She nodded, tears in her eyes. I'm sorry. I was selfish. I didn't think about balance. I didn't pray for wisdom. I just wanted what I wanted. Ibuka smiled gently. Chioma, I'm not angry. Yes, I have a medical condition, but I also love you, truly. Even with the medication, even with therapy, my love for you is real. Maybe God used your prayer to bring us together, and maybe He used this situation to teach both of us a lesson. Chioma wiped her tears. What lesson? Ibuka said that love is not just passion, it's also patience, understanding, balance. I learned that I can love you without overwhelming you. And you learned that marriage is not just about what you want, it's about partnership. Chioma nodded. I also learned to pray God's will, not mine, because God knows what we need better than we do. Today, Chioma and Ibuka are still married. 11 years now. Ibuka is doing well. His design business is thriving. He's learned to channel his energy into creativity. And their marriage, it's balanced. They have intimacy, yes, but now it's healthy, it's mutual, it's beautiful. Chioma goes to church and testifies. She tells young women, when you pray, pray God's will, not your spec, not your type, not your preference, His will. Because God sees the full picture, you only see the surface. And every time someone asks her, Sister Chioma, what's the secret to a happy marriage? She smiles and says, prayer, the right prayer, and medical insurance. Always have good medical insurance.
My people, this is the story of the doing husband, a woman who prayed specifically and got exactly what she asked for, a husband who could do. The lesson? Be careful what you pray for. Seek God's will, not your own. And remember, even good things, when they are too much, can become a burden. Marriage is not just about romance, it's about balance, partnership, and God's wisdom.
If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye!